Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
Welcome back into the Rise and Shine Morning Show. Good morning to you. I'm Ryan O'Neal. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And if I don't see you again, good night. We've got the final hour of the Rise and Shine Morning Show on this freaky, frightening, fake news Friday. And we've got a special guest coming online with us this morning. A good friend of mine, Abe, is with us this morning. And we're going to talk with him a bit about the state of the music industry. But first, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Good morning, Abe. How you doing, brother?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, my name is Abe Perez, and I am calling from LA, California. And how's everybody doing?
We are doing good. I'm glad you're up early out there. So, you know, Abe, if you're up early, I expect everybody else to stay on, not go back to sleep and all that kind of stuff, because you're up with me.
Yeah, it's early, but I usually get up pretty early anyway, so I'm good.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, Abe, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you are a traveling musician and everything. Tell us a little bit about yourself, the band and everything, and then we'll get into the state of the music industry here.
Okay, well, I am at this time, I'm in a two-piece band called Glasspirits, and we are an original pop alternative rock band. And we've been playing shows in LA as far as venues that allow us to do concerts. And yeah, everything's dried up and like everything else, and we haven't been able to do much. So we are now basically just doing stuff on the social media, building up our YouTube and Instagram and all that, because it's about all you can do right now. And you know, and of course, even the bigger bands, it's pretty much dried up because they have to play to an audience, to a group of people, which is not happening. And so I'm wondering when this whole thing is going to change to where big bands and even bands like us that are trying to make it get an opportunity when it's safe to go out and do what we do. You know?
Yeah, I know. And the biggest thing that's going on right now, I know a lot of bands are doing YouTube and Facebook and everything, or some of the bigger bands like Metallica and Guns N' Roses or whoever, they're playing old concerts from a year ago and stuff like that. But you know, this whole pandemic, the state of the music industry is kind of at a standstill right now because of the coronavirus pandemic. Like you said, you need an audience to show up for you guys to play. So, how's this been affecting you guys, other than just the money situation?
Well, what it's been affecting is to be able to play live and open up for bands that we can showcase our band. The last gig we did was a very good, successful gig at a place by my house called The Canyon. They have those in several cities around my house.
Right.
And we opened up for a band that was real big in the 60s called The Association.
I remember them.
But
yes.
They had about 4 hits, and that gig went real well. We had a lot of people turn up. We even had a real rare thing happen at that show where a person that I know saw us and fell in love with our band and decided to invest a little money in the band, and we used that money to make some really good videos. We have one video we made a little while ago that I sent to you.
Right.
Called Strangelove. It's a remake of an old Depeche Mode. We rock it up. And then another video of an original song that we'll be releasing anytime now. So that particular gig allowed us to make some good high-end videos. And Joanna, the girl in my band, she knows all about that stuff. So she was able to save a lot of money with her expertise. She actually is manager with everything she does. She actually recorded our CD and all that. She's something else.
So she's a producer and a manager.
Yeah, we had a very successful gig, and then now the investor is having to be on hold just like we are. He was hoping we could, play shows that he had lined up for us and everything, and all that was I'll say his first name, Tyler, and we had to kind of put all that on hold. He understands what's happening, but anyway, we'll hang in there. I mean, we have no choice. You know, we started this, and we've got to finish it. So.
Well, you definitely going to do that, Abe. But the one thing right now is, as a musician, I know this as a musician myself, and it's some people that manage musicians that are listening. Some people that are musicians that are listening know that it's all right to take a month off, maybe a couple weeks off. But it's been since mid-March till right now, almost mid-July, that people have not been able to play. And for a musician, it's psychological for us. We have to do this. This is a part of what we have to do, especially when we're working to the goal, like you guys are working to the goal. A lot of people are having issues with this. They're saying a lot of people won't be coming back to 2021. I know that you got friends that work with some of the major mainstream bands. What are they telling you about some of the major mainstream bands and how they're doing during this time?
Well, I can tell you this, that the drum company that I endorse, Spaun Drums,
right?
The owner of that company does some side projects as a professional. I don't know if you call it roadie. I think his title is actually something else, but he's in charge of all the roadies, and that was something he did as an extra income, and that's been put on hold. He was making quite a bit of money doing that. Now he has no idea when that'll come back and start happening again, because they don't even know when it's going to start. He does let me see, it's Babyface and Jason Mraz. That's who he works with.
Man. Wow.
And they had big shows lined up, and they've been canceled. So luckily he's got the drum company that's, able to still, he works on his own and sells them, but his extra income has been put on hold. Plus he has fun doing that,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every part of this industry is actually being affected by this, whether it's someone that's roadieing or somebody that's playing the music or whatever. And they're saying 2021, and how's this going to be? Something else. Right now we're being told to social distance and wear a mask. And you in California, you guys are really closed up for a little bit. How's the whole thing getting back out there playing in front of a crowd? How are you going to have 6 feet apart for some of this music?
Well, yeah, when they first opened up, when they tried to open up, and they saw that the virus was spiking up again, but I have I know a lot of other musician friends, and I have a friend that is a regular at a place called the Coach House here in San Juan Capistrano, which is a huge venue, and he actually did a gig when it first opened up and invited me. And, normally I would have went and supported him. He supports me, but I just didn't feel comfortable going anywhere, so I didn't go. It's just, everyone's being careful. I don't think they had that good of a crowd at the show.
Right.
So I really don't think things are going to get back to normal or start getting back to normal until they come out with that vaccine. And if that vaccine works, maybe little by little, like everything else, we'll start getting back to normal. But, music being something where you perform for a crowd and, as you know,
interaction.
We're all on top of each other there. They're all standing up, just partying, listening,
Exactly.
It's something you don't do without people,
I know, and the excitement.
Just to change gears, I love sports.
Right.
So I know they're going to start basketball. I'm a big LA Lakers fan.
Right.
And they're going to play, and they already set it up over there in Orlando, Florida, and they'll do their thing, but it's going to be for nobody. Now that they can do, they'll still be televised, and they'll still eventually pick a champion. Right. But music is something, how are you going to play music for nobody?
Well, remember when all of us first started playing, we were playing for nobody, so
That's right. Well,
Right.
I started at a very young age playing the bars. Well, I was still in high school, man. I was in bars playing, and then I right out of high school, I started touring. I did my first tour to Canada, and
Great place.
that was all I really knew, for
Right.
many years. Then later on in life, I picked up some normal jobs when music kind of dried up. The whole nightclub thing and all that changed.
Right.
And then I had to, finally start working in my life, which wasn't fun, but, it is what it is. And I've been doing the original thing for a while, and I've gotten really close with some bands that I've been in that did well, Yankee Rose and a few other bands, but, we were playing with Van Halen and Quiet Riot, a lot of those bands, and
Right.
we were doing real well. And basically what happened with that band is the new wave came in right when we were doing real well, so that screwed us up because we were a rock band, kind of like Queen.
Right.
So but not one thing, man, music is a very, very hard thing, period.
Yes, it is.
And in that case, we got our break, and then they said, well, sorry guys, but new wave is in, and the record company wanted us to be new wave. We were not a new wave band. That's when the cars and the motels and all that stuff started coming in.
Yep.
Here we are, a bunch of long-haired kids playing more like a hard rock, melodic hard rock thing,
Good music.
But,
Yeah.
you hang in there, you keep doing what you believe, and if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If not, that's the only way you can look at music, Ryan. I look at cats that I know that have made it, and I think, damn, and it's being at the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
And a lot of that is luck. Who you meet, who you know.
Yep. Exactly.
But this coronavirus is definitely not helping anybody or anything.
No, not at all. Abe, you're talking about it. The pandemic has really shut down, and it really has made everyone equal. You were talking about the basketball earlier. Professional wrestling has been doing this for months with no audience, and all of a sudden putting people out there that work for them, acting like they were an audience. Without an audience, sports, music, anything in all reality is not as exciting because it's that interaction with the crowd.
That's right.
If you're going to play without a crowd, that's like being in a rehearsal, and you give 100% at rehearsal, but you only give probably 99% at rehearsal, or 100% at rehearsal. But when you're in front of a crowd, it's 120% because that crowd is like, you're great, and you're like, really? You think I'm good? Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit more. And this whole pandemic is not only, it's messed up record labels, it's messed up managers, it's messed up bands and everything. And as it slowly comes back, it's like everything else. It's going to be like starting over. And what will be this type of music when we come out of this pandemic? Will it be alternative rock, metal? What's going to be some kind of new? What is it going to be when we return? Will we be old fogies? That's what I'm saying, Abe.
Hey, maybe by the time it comes back, maybe rock will start coming back in.
Hey, there you go. Maybe Quiet Riot type music.
Music changed, and
yeah.
I don't know about you, Ryan, but I grew up digging rock, and as you well know, the whole rock thing that we grew up listening to has kind of like died out. There's all these other different types of music, which I like and respect, but it sure is a shame that the music that we love and grew up with kind of like faded away for new bands, I should say. Not the bands that are big like Aerosmith and Ozzy or whatever, but for new bands, the whole rock thing really took a change. Now maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll start coming back in little by little when this whole thing gets back together. Who knows? What do you think about that, Ryan?
Well, I hope so. It would be great. We have Keith Richards and the Rolling Stones around forever. We have Aerosmith, Kiss. A lot of people are out in Vegas doing residencies right now, Def Leppard and people like that, or were doing those when I believe that once this comes back, I think that people want to hear good music. I think people, I know that we play a lot of it here at the radio station. People love the old classic rock and roll 70s and 80s stuff and some of the 90s stuff. So I think that we might have a chance to come back. I think the biggest thing for us is to right now, I think we're on an equal platform now, in my opinion. It's the same thing as is watching the WWE wrestling, Impact Wrestling, and AEW wrestling. WWE don't look so big right now compared to the other organizations because they all have the same amount of people in their audience, and then now you can actually see talent. So I think that with this, there may be a positive out of this. People might see you, Abe, and your band, and they might see you guys and go, man, these are talented musicians, and I want to go see them when they come back out quicker than, well, say Five Finger Death Punch. No offense to them, but just I think we're being put on an equal platform right now in a way. And as a musician, I think if we just get on there and push it on Facebook and YouTube and everything, we can show them we're just as good or even better than some of the people that are out there signed right now. What do you think about that?
Well, I really hope that what you're saying does come true, and I know that when we've been playing as the two-piece, we've gotten really good response. Not to toot my own horn about my band, but I feel it's very unique.
That's fine.
And we've been able to entertain crowds every time we play, and we've never had a bad gig in the whole 6 years we were together.
Right.
Basically what we do, to speak of my band a little bit, Joanna Glass, my bandmate, plays keyboards, guitar, and then she, not to get into it, but she rigged her guitar up to where when she strums a chord, it also plays bass. So she brings a bass amp and a guitar amp.
That is awesome.
The top two strings do the bass of the root note of whatever chord she does. So, and then she plays violin, and then she's the vocalist. Okay, and then myself, I don't just play drums. I was born in Cuba, so I have all that Cuban influence in me. So on a lot of the songs, either parts of the song or the whole song, I don't just bring a drum set. When we play live, I bring a set of congas, bongos, the cajon, that box you play on.
Yes.
And I played those percussion instruments during all of our shows, so I'm back and forth, she's back and forth. So visually and musically, it's not like two people just standing there and playing the same thing, same instrument all day, all night, whatever. So I feel we have a very unique, there are other bands that are two-piece, like Black Keys or whoever.
Right.
But, they do just play drums and guitar.
Yep.
And if they hire out, they hire out. But we play all these other instruments and makes it exciting and full for a two-piece. So I think if we get a chance to do our thing, we'll be able to eventually, how they say, the cream will rise to the top. Hopefully that'll happen with our band. But
it will.
It's got to open up, and we were just starting to get, more connections for gigs and stuff. Like I said, that last gig we did, not only did it go really well musically, the association even really liked us. They're like, man, I thought there was more than two people up on that stage. We were really honored that they really dug us. But, by having that investor there that, is my friend that loved us so much that he was willing to invest in our band, was really, really a good thing. And all of a sudden, boom, it's all on hold. We were all, but we did the videos that we've been wanting to do, and we kind of changed gears to do that. But now we're going to promote those videos, of course, on the whole social media. But yeah, we're waiting for things to open up so we can, bands got to just be patient, and then just get back into it where they left off, and hope that, like you said, that, for our band, we are a more commercial rock band. We're not, even though we like older stuff. Now, Joanne's younger than me, so she likes a lot of the newer bands.
Right.
But our band is more of a modern commercial/alternative band. So we kind of fit in even with our own sound with what's happening today, because we kind of bring our own sound to the table as far as my Glasspirits band.
Well, tell us how we can, where we can go to see your social media and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to play a song here at the very end in just a few minutes at the end of this interview.
Basically on glasspirits.com, it's all one word.
Right.
Capital Glasspirits. IRITS. That's our website. We're on Facebook with that, or our website. And you can find us on YouTube and all that. And we're selling our CD on every media you can sell it on,
right.
As far as that goes. And we have all that information on our website. We have our videos, and we have our Instagram and everything going on. They can look all that up when they just look at our videos. It's got all that information under there. And yeah, we're kind of just hitting the social media and building things up. Now you got this TikTok. And Joanne's the one that's on top of that. She knows all about that stuff. So she's working all that.
Well, sounds good. Well, we're about to play one of the songs from one of the videos you got out. It's the cover of the Depeche Mode song Strangelove. Give us a little background on this right quick before we play it.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a funny story because that's one of Joanna's favorite bands. And like I said, I grew up more digging the rock, classic rock, old Motown. That's what I grew up with.
Right.
And when she told me she wanted to do a remake of that song, I heard it. And no disrespect to them, they're good for what they do, but I was thinking that's not my bag. I told her it'd be a cold day in hell before I do a remake of that. I literally said that. And she goes, well, you need to listen to my idea for an arrangement.
Right.
And I went down there just, to be respectful and give her a chance on her idea. And we started messing with it, and I realized she really rocked it out on her arrangements. And then I started coming up with ideas to change it. And in about an hour, we're like, well, wait a minute, this is really something special. This is quite a remake that we're doing. So I basically loved it, and we've been using that at our live shows, and of course made a video of it, and people really dig that version that we do. Well, we rock it up more, though. You'll hear it.
All right. Well, Abe, I appreciate you being with us this morning and talking with us about the state of the music industry. And here we are with Strangelove by, who are you guys again? Tell everybody.
Glasspirits.
Glasspirits.com
is our website. You can find us, Glasspirits, on Facebook and all around the social media, YouTube, all of that.
Sounds good. Here they are.
When my crimes will seem almost unforgivable, I give in to sin, because you have to make this life livable. But when you think I've had enough from your sea of love, I'll take more than another river full, yes, and I'll make it all worthwhile. I'll make your heart smile. Strange love, strange highs and strange lows, strange love, that's how my love goes. Strange love, will you give it to me? Will you take the pain I will give to you again and again? Will you return it?
I just put their website in there.
When I stray, I may appear to be constantly out of reach. I give in to sin, because I like to practice what I preach. I'm not trying to say I'll have it all my way. I'm always willing to learn when you've got something to teach. Oh, and I'll make it all worthwhile. I'll make your heart smile. Pain, will you return it? I'll say it again. Pain, pain, will you return it? I won't say it again. Strange
and Strangelove on 99.1 FM. Rise and Shine Morning Show, Fringe Radio Network, a remake of a Depeche Mode song. Thanks to Abe there for being our guest this morning, talking about the music industry and this pandemic going on and everything. So you guys get and support them. I put their page in there, Glasspirits.com. You guys check it out. You can check out the whole video. It's Glasspirits.com. Joanna Glass Abe Perez. Music with no boundaries. Music for everyone. Their cover and everything's right there. Check it out. Photos and everything. When they get back out, I want you guys to support them. It did sound great. She had a voice. And you know what Abe don't understand, once they're up there playing with the big boys, they're going to end up having bass players and keyboard players and everything pretty soon. Yep, they'll hire everybody to be with them. But it's so good with the two of them. It's awesome. I appreciate Abe as well. What's up, Amy? Good morning to you. What's up, Petra? Music Box. Petra's on with us. Amy, thank you for joining us. It's the Rise and Shine Morning Show. We're going to take another short break here. When we return on the Rise and Shine Morning Show, well, we're going to talk a little bit about one sex expert says that if you don't have relations with that special someone when she's on has her Aunt Flo visiting, that you might as well kick that man to the curb if he don't want you while Aunt Flo visits. We'll talk about that coming up here.